We will call to order the regular meeting of the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners for Tuesday, June 23rd, 2015. Good morning, everyone. My name is Langdon Neal, and I'm chairman of the board. Seated to my left is Commissioner Marisol Hernandez. First item on the agenda is the consideration of the agenda. Any additions, deletions, or modifications? Hearing none, we'll move to item 3. We'll have to defer the regular board meeting minutes. They're still lost in cyberspace somewhere. Now we'll move to the Executive Director's Report. Mr. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you know, that the city and the county are talking about finances. You saw today's news about the 1% increase that the city's going to be doing, the county.
Yes.
And just to let you know that the city has accelerated their budgeting process. The mayor's going to deliver his budget in September rather than October. Mm-hmm. So we have to sit down and start working on our budgets for next year. Also, we've already given a partial, right, Peter, on expenditures through the end of this year?
Yes, they've provided funding for the entire
okay.
account, ongoing with no problems.
Okay.
And they're asking for some information with respect to the other non-personnel accounts where we may run into a deficit situation because they did not fund us for 2 full elections.
But the letter, we sent a letter to the budget director, and she's honoring the letter. So just to let you know, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Basically, that's all I have for this meeting. We're trying to go over some items. I hope to, at the next meeting, have put the budget on the table so you can see where we're at for next year.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions for the Executive Director? Mm-hmm. All right. Ms. Bateman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just still cleaning up with the election. Lance and I met with managers of the departments last week. Registration, of course, as always, ongoing with entering voter registrations. The POVA system from the state board is not working right now because of the special election that's happening in July and September. So not able to use the online system for voter reg, the state system. Talked to Keith Carter from the warehouse. They're cleaning up, going into ESCs and doing an inventory of items that are needed for next year. Talked to Dawn regarding absentee and that. Everything's going well in her department's election support. Audra just trying to figure out what's happening next year with same-day registration and judges training and all of it. So everyone's just, still cleaning up, but definitely moving forward with next year because it'll be here before we know it.
Right.
So. Well, yes, okay. July 7th is the primary election for the special election. So Audra, Laura, and Jim Allen and I are going down to Bloomington to offer our assistance because they will be doing same-day registration. The law was implemented, June 1? June 1? So, they thought that March of next year would be their first election using same day, but lo and behold, they have these special elections, so they will be implementing it now. It's kind of a good trial run for them. So we're going to go down and we're going to, visit polling places and just see how it works. We might also, I think I mentioned before, Scott County, Iowa has an election in November. They've been using same day for many years, so we might go there as well to just again observe and see how it works. So we're moving forward with that.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. We'll move to Mr. Allen. Good morning.
Picking up where Kelly was talking about the special primary downstate, it is worth noting that the jurisdictions down there did read the law the same way that our General Counsel did, and that early voting now is required to start 40 days before. So I don't know if that's a biblical, thing in the election code or what, but So for this July 7 election, they started early voting in all the downstate jurisdictions May 28th.
For May 28th for an election win?
July 7th.
Wow.
Just to give you some feel, and for us next year, if that's still the law, we're looking at February, early February, like February 4th, I want to say.
For a March 15th?
For a March 15th primary. We're using this time in communications, meanwhile, to upgrade some systems on our website. So key among those are the election results system. We want to be able to have it so that people can download a spreadsheet of an entire election if they so choose, down to the precinct level. The mobile application, we've been waiting on that for a while. We're going to get that going, and we need to update our electoral board decision files. We want to reconfigure that whole system so that, well, to make it work better. I'll leave it at that. That's it.
Anything else from Mr. Allen?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move to old business, infrastructure projects and changes in election administration. Nothing to report there.
Well, we do have, just to let you know that Mr. Kramer brought in a draft of an upgrade to the equipment. Jim sent it out to everybody for their review. Hopefully we can discuss it at the next meeting.
Okay. I was going to see whether Mr. Kramer wanted to say anything under the voting equipment part, but we'll address it here. We did receive your proposal.
Sure.
Can you describe it, yes?
May I make a couple comments?
Yes, please do, yes.
Sure. Just a couple observations. What's in there is a plan to address certainly a couple of different needs. There's an urgent need, and there's a longer term need. The goal of that proposal is to solve those needs, to create the election solutions in as comfortable a phased-in upgrade approach as we may. In fact, that is exactly how I'm describing it. It is a phased-in upgrade. We keep everything in the same family, keep everything integrated. It makes the job simpler for the administrator, for the poll workers, and certainly the voter. The most immediate need, certainly it's my perspective, and I believe I'm not unique, that the early voting environment needs assistance. We have a solution today that can provide a great platform for your early voting needs as soon as your March election, and it's one that will give us the type of growth and expansion over the years that frankly is necessary for a jurisdiction the size and complexity of Chicago. To put the pricing that's in front of you in perspective, the total over time would be $17 million as it's currently contemplated. If I was to take that and apply our normal pricing structure, it would be twice as much. That fee structure would end up at around $34 million to accomplish the same thing, which shouldn't be a surprise if we roll the clock back to '06. The implementation was, I believe, about $28 million, and certainly now we're talking about something quite a bit newer and quite a bit more expansive in its ability to do new things. So it's a very exciting new digital platform. It's an EAC approved platform. It accomplishes the things that I believe you as a board need to accomplish in an extremely cost-effective, cost-attractive fashion. So at any point in time, obviously, happy to answer any questions or provide more information as necessary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kramer, and we appreciate your approach to recognizing our need for upgrades and our limited budget capabilities and the need to transition us to the next generation of election equipment. So it's been a good partnership for the last 9 years or 10 years, so I would hope to, we could continue that.
Well, Mr. Chairman, not to interrupt, I'm sorry,
No.
but to that point, that's exactly why we have our Northern Director of Operations here today, as he has been in the past. We want very much to continue, frankly, to improve every place that we can that relationship over time.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Well, we will move. First item, as Ms. Bateman has said, is to, Mr. Goff said, that the staff will review it, analyze it, and then we'll get internal feedback to the Commissioner Hernandez and myself, and then we'll map out a strategy and a timeline. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. We will be in touch.
Thank you.
All righty. Is there anything we want to address on electronic poll books?
We have not received.
Still
a
under review?
Phone call today that we're supposed to get.
Okay. So I know the staff is doing an internal assessment of the performance over the last 2 elections, and that is all coming together with some recommendations that will come to the board.
Yes.
Okay. All righty. Legislation, Mr. Scanlon, I bet there's a plethora of new legislation in Springfield waiting to break free.
That's not the case, apparently.
For election law?
Right,
Okay.
right. That's pretty quiet.
Okay,
Maybe that's good.
that's probably good, yeah. Okay, well, there are other more pressing issues in the state than election legislation right now. Okay. We have under new business, I know that both Commissioner Hernandez and I were pleased that Mr. Scanlon, you have agreed to provide your stellar and exemplary services to the board for another year. We're very pleased to accept your contract for the upcoming year. And thank you for all your good work over the last year.
Yes.
And you also continue to work at the same hourly rate, which is $250 an hour, which is well below what the legal marketplace says your skills and abilities would demand. Just wanted to say for the record, we recognize that in your commitment to public service.
Yes. And we wouldn't know what to do without you.
No?
It's as simple as that.
We'd all run for the hills. Yeah.
So on that note, I would make a motion to approve the attorney contractor agreement with Mr. Scanlon at the rates stated therein for 1 year, commencing on July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016.
Okay. I'll second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All's in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you, Commissioner Hernandez.
We mean
Look
that
forward to
sincerely.
another year.
Okay. We'll then move to the legal status report. Mr. Scanlon, anything there for us?
Nothing to report, Mr. Chairman. It's pretty quiet right now.
Wow. Let me just savor
Enjoy
that.
the quiet.
Let me just savor that for a moment.
Right.
Nothing to report in the
Right.
legal status report. Wow. Okay. That's worth a deep breath. We'll move to the financial report. We do have a financial report in your booklet for the City of Chicago 2015 appropriation. That would be voucher listing 15-04, totaling $2,008,524.55.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve. I'll second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All righty, we will open the floor for public comment this time. Okay, quiet day in Board of Elections. That's okay. We do not have a need for an executive session.
No, Mr. Chairman.
So I will accept a motion to recess until our next meeting, which will be, should that be July 14th or?
Until call of the
Or
chair.
until call the chair?
with the chair, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
We'll tentatively say July 14th, but that's subject to change.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned.